Hello and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. This is our challenge dungeon playthrough with Gunnar with no tier 5 spells, no resurrection and no animate dead allowed. We're also limiting ourselves to one tier 7 dwelling per faction for this game to make things a bit more interesting. So in the last episode we pushed on quite a bit and picked up a couple more towns and indeed built 2 sulfur resource silos, which should be really helpful going forward, but still no real sight of any opponents. This episode we would love to get black dragons and we'd also love to find some AI, so for now we'll keep pushing on as quickly as possible down roads in the hope of finding an AI town soon. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, we want to grab these runes of imminency, I suppose. Actually pretty good artifact overall. We'll replace our view air with it. That said, we might have access to haste. Yeah, we have access to haste without the scroll, so we don't actually need to wear that. Let's go for anti-magic. Never know when that could be useful. Okay, so Gunnar ideally wants to keep pushing along this road. That said, taking out some wraiths on the way past, not a bad idea to pick up all of these resources. And with that said, I think we're actually going to take a quick look in the tavern. Malekith, who's actually a good hero, and Aelon, who's fine. Let's just leave the rubbish troops in here and we'll keep the gargoyles because they're 6 speed. And overall, we've got a few things to pick up actually with Helon. So let's go and grab some of these resources and then we can follow along the road and hoover up any of these things that, that Gunnar leaves behind. We also want as much gold as possible, so even though I want the movement points, I think that going to take out these beholders is actually worthwhile. And likewise the Nagas. Okay, so none of these fights are actually really worth us taking, it turns out. We will go and take the Acids though, because that allows us access to the Mercury Lab, and you never know when you might need those resources later on in the game. And I can't get through there, and also can't get through there. Fine. So I think we've explored as much as we can with Damacon. Let's go and get this wood. Actually no, we can go up here and explore a tiny bit more. Sephiroth just wants to pick up the one dragon. Who have we got here? Lorelei. Might as well pick up the extra trogs before we move on. Okay, and we can send those up to Sephiroth on the next turn before she moves up further. That's fine. Okay, and Gion wants to discover what's in here. Diamond golems, not worth picking up. Unfortunately, would have been quite fun if we had something useful there. And nothing we can do here either. So, other than going through the portal, or pushing on through some of these fights, there's actually nothing we can do with Dace either. So let's start sending Dace back. In our newest town we want to be building towards gold, so let's build a town hall first, and then we still need the marketplace and the blacksmith, but we want the marketplace regardless, so that's fine. Our other cove town we do need the fort in, so we can actually start building some units here. And we will do that, but the priority is going to be getting our black dragons first. So I think that's a good first turn. Let's end it there. And Gunnar can just take out these Acids. I think my stack should be able to just one-shot them. Yep, fine. And then we just carry on. So we might as well... Oh, a throng of sharpshooters. Actually, we don't want to take that fight. We'll leave that fight. We will take the trogs though, because that's a nice easy one. And do we want to open this up? Maybe. I guess is the answer there, maybe. I think we might as well. I think we might as well. At least open up the sulfur, even if we don't do anything else. We could also open up these sprites, but there's no point in going into a treasure area without a strong hero and an army, really. Ooh. Okay. So let's wait on these. Defend, defend. And we've still got ages till they're going to arrive at us, so... What's the biggest attack range we've got here? Okay, it's going to be the Beholders, so let's bless the Beholders. And then we can just defend, defend, wait, 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 defend, and defend. Okay, and these won't get retailed because they're now upgraded. 9 to 13 is not enough. Let's do that instead. At least if we force field them up here, then they're going to be forced to run all the way back round, which means we can just take them out with our ranged units, which looks like we could have just done anyway. So just wasted the mana. That's good. We always like wasting a bit of mana. Throng of Men of the Mark. Throng of Pit Fiends. I mean, that's a brilliant XP fight, and it's guarding reasonably useful stuff. But we might just keep pushing on. No, I will open up the Marksman at least. What have we got up here? Nyx Fort and Crystal Cape. It's really useful actually, especially as we don't have a Crystal Mine. I mean, that said, we don't have a huge amount we would use Crystal for either. Not right now, but you never know what we're going to need later. And Sephiroth just wants to go home. Lorelei forgot to drop off units, so Lorelei can actually just go and get these extra trogs for me instead, and then send herself back towards town. Gion just wants to pick up the windmill, and I guess we can pick up this warehouse of wood as well, since we're running low on wood. And Dace is just coming back down for us. Might as well visit this windmill on the way past. Yeah, he's picking up that wood. Wow, Magic Mirror. I'm pretty sure that's a tier 5 spell actually, so I'm not allowed to use that. Pretty sure. It's not a spell that ever really gets used, but I'm pretty sure it's tier 5 either way. Let's build the Dragon Cave. That's fantastic. So we've now got 3 black dragons to pick up. And most importantly, we can now upgrade 2 black dragons from our red. It's 1500 gold plus 1 additional sulfur per dragon. So we're going to need 11 plus the 3 times 2, so we're going to need 17. And still nothing we can do in this town without building a fort. So in our newest town we're going to build the marketplace. And I think we can end the turn already. I'm really tempted to take this Throng of Pit Fiends. It's a lot of experience. Like a lot of experience. Got yet another sulfur warehouse here, which is actually quite good. Yeah, do you know what? I'm not even sure the detour is going to be worth it, because all we're getting out of killing these Pit Fiends, apart from a load of XP, is the inexhaustible cart of ore, really. The Vampire's Cowl is completely useless. We wouldn't pick up the frigate anyway, and we're not going to take the Griffin Cons, so other than that, it's just a small pile of sulfur. Which, you know, sulfur's useful, but it's... compared to anything else that we can get, it's not that useful, if that makes sense. We will clear out the Nomads though, because that gives us access to a second... Let's take Advanced Armourer. To a second warehouse of sulfur in this little route here, which is really worthwhile doing. It is almost tempting to unblock the warehouse of wood, just because that can be part of the route, but I don't think we're going to bother. Oh, I didn't even notice this here. We've actually got another town right next to us, basically. So, let's just go and take it, I think. I'm not going to fight the Magogs. I will fight the Cyclops, though, and that's perfectly acceptable for a big Cyclops stockpile. And I don't think I've got enough. I have got just about enough to get into this town. Okay. So let's dump everything in town so that we get maximum movement next turn. And let's also upgrade our trogs. Okay, shocking. Wasn't anything to really pick up there. Talisman of Mana up there, which could be useful at some point though. Let's send Damacon back down. Sephiroth is simply dropping off these units. Okay, and that nearly gives us enough to upgrade everything when we come back here. So other than that, Sephiroth can pretty much just send herself back down to the south. Lorelei next turn actually can get far enough for Sephiroth to be able to grab those trogs. So I might even do that, even though trogs aren't that brilliant. It's still better than nothing. And Gion doesn't have a huge amount of things to do until we clear out some more of these fights. So let's just send him back towards town. Or towards that area, or even not towards town at all. And likewise Dace. Dace doesn't have a huge amount to do. I was really hoping for gold, but never mind. Let's go and pick these things up. So we've got a little bit of a resource route to run here, which is really nice. And let's see what we can build. We need our blacksmith to build the city hall. So we're good to stop there, I think. We're getting a much more reasonable income by this point as well, up to 10,500, which is actually quite good. Let's send ourselves back to Vex. Lorelei firstly can move back up to Sephiroth. And she can't quite meet Gunnar, but I think it's probably worth us grabbing these troops. So, let's upgrade all of those. Let's pick up the extra trogs. Let's pick up the black dragons. We don't have enough gold. Okay, that wasn't super smart in that case. No quick access to banks that I can see here. I can't see any creature banks that I haven't accessed. Other than the Cyclops stockpile there, which isn't actually super useful to us. We do have a Naga bank up at the top here, but that's quite some distance away. Yeah, okay, this feels really stupid now. I don't think I have any banks to the south that I haven't taken out either. Or not ones that provide gold anyway. There's quite a few unit creature banks there. So the Utopia would be useful to go and take. Okay. It's probably going to be slower to go round through this bit here, but I do want to see what's here, so let's take up these dwarves. Likewise the stockpile. Yeah, that's perfectly acceptable, and we get some resources we do want, so that's good. Pack of Crimson Quattles. Wait. Lots of Archdevils guarding a teapot hat. Also a throng of Power Liches. Alright, let's just try the Power Liches, I guess. Do you know what? That's actually just an acceptable loss, I think. 15k XP, we'll take Expert Armourer. And lots of Archdevils. I don't think I should lose that much, but at the same time, if I do end up losing that much, I'm not sure that I care that much. And I think they outspeed everything I've got, so... what's the best way to do this? See if they go for the trogs. Okay, they do. That's good. That's really, really good. So, first things first, we want to blind this stack. We want to... all the devils have gone, so we want to wait. Wait. And... I guess we can strike and stay on these. Although I could just move. See, the thing is I don't want to breath my own units. Which I'm going to really struggle not to do. Do you know what, actually, we're just going to take the retail on the Harpies. Oh no, there's no retail. I remember. Okay. Okay, we lost a Medusa or two, but that's okay. Let's just defend up with these trogs. And we will lose a... I think we're going to lose one Manticore here. Ah, we paralysed them. That's literally the best thing that could possibly have happened. We can kill 3 now with our dragons. Which does mean they take out one more Medusa, but I think that's really, really worth it overall. Right, okay. And I guess ideally we want to shield because we're going to take a hit on our dragons here. Okay, they went and hit our trogs. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so that was nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. I lost a load of trogs, obviously, but that's not a big deal in the big scheme of things because we picked up a teapot hat, which is, yeah, quite easily the best helm slot artifact in the game, I would say. We have no gold to upgrade our dragons with, which is a bit of a shame, but we do have a Dragon Utopia here. So even though we'd like to keep pushing on down the road, I think we go and take the taupe. I think that's the obvious thing to do here. And then we can still, by the looks of it, push on to the south. So yeah, I think that is the correct thing to do. Damacon and Dace are just pushing their way down, so let's push them on into the new areas. Let's see where Geon's going. Don't actually remember what I was doing with Geon. It's been a couple of days since I recorded the last episode. And the town hall requires the tavern, so let's build the tavern. And we've got everything we need for the city hall except the gold, so we can build that next turn most likely. Although it depends what we get out of the taupe, I suppose. We'll probably clear the Medusa stores on the way through as well, just for the extra gold. Yeah, I think this is good. And Dace. Again, doesn't really have a huge amount to do, but we could go and pick up these gems at least. Okay, Pack of Nagas should be trivial. Yep. And let's see what we've got. It's a small taupe. That's actually just perfectly acceptable. I'm not going to do any better than that. Okay, Celestial Necklace is great. Ring of Infinite Gems is actually quite good as well. So is Shaman's Puppet. All of these are actually not terrible artifacts. It's a shame it's such a small taupe though, because we needed a little bit more than 20k gold ideally. As always, I do welcome any feedback. If you think, oh, there's a warehouse of gold there, that's cool. I do welcome any feedback. If you think I'm taking fights too little, I am just allowing the auto combats, please do let me know, as I'd rather make sure that I'm making content that people are enjoying watching. Although I have had a lot of comments since I asked that in one of my previous videos to say that actually most people think I'm doing roughly the right amount of fights, as in taking the ones that don't just look really, really trivial and ignoring the ones that do. So I feel like overall I've made a decent decision. Can go and grab a ton of harpies, but we don't want to. Lorelei. Let's send Lorelei back down to the south. She's not going to get there until the next week, so that's fine. And Gion we also want to send up above ground, I suppose. In fact, while we're here at this trading post, let's also trade in a large amount of our precious resources. Crystal we can kind of afford to spend because we keep finding more. And we have got Sepinroth who's quietly plugging away, building us 1 crystal per turn. And we've also got the Warehouse of Gems here, which I completely forgot about, so we might as well pick these up. Dace. Are these free? This one is, so I'm actually going to pick up the tree with Dace as well. You never know, might hit estates. 6 sulfur, very useful. Okay, day 5, so day 6, he's going to get here and be able to pick up this warehouse as well. Perfect. This is good. Alright, so next we want to build our town hall. That really helps towards our gold generation. And we also want to build our city hall in our fortress. So this is good. Marketplace is going to be next in our newest cove town, so we can start building towards the city hall. But also that just marketplaces are really, really useful. We're not going to build our fort here because we don't have loads of wood and ore. We've only got 1 wood and 1 ore mine at this stage still. I'm surprised we haven't actually seen any more near any of our towns. Okay, so there is a sawmill there. Not a sawmill or ore pit near this secondary town though, I don't think. But that's okay, we've got plenty to do still. And Gunnar next turn is going to be running down, probably taking this Tree of Knowledge, the warehouse and the Black Tower. We'll probably also clear out the Haspids, even though this is a really small box, just for the XP and to see what's in there. I mean, you know, nothing necessarily wrong with a small box after all. Okay, and otherwise I think we're good once again. So let's end the turn and see if we finally see an AI player maybe. Okay, we don't still. So, okay, never mind. Let's pick up this sulfur. I mean, I guess we might as well take the Horde of Lizard Men on the way past. Okay, expert offense, that's great. We'll kill the Satyrs, grab the gold, kill the Serpent Flies, and then we got the Black Tower next turn. Nice, so that was a nice quick and easy turn. Let's go and grab this Obelisk. Obelisk, that's right. For some reason I just started doubting myself as to the correct name for that. Really don't know why. It's not Asterix and Obelisk, it's Obelix. Although of course I am aware that that is the joke. And Dace just wants to grab... ooh, logistics. No, we'll take estates though. That was the whole point of levelling ourselves up. Although I thought we had already done so. I didn't realise he was still level 1. But that's fine. Yeah, let's go and pick up a few things with Gion, or at least this pile of gold, and see what else we can see. Dace can pick up the Warehouse of Gem. Didn't realise it was a Warehouse of Gem. I always just assumed it was a Warehouse of Gems. Okay, 6 sulphur from this, which is really, really good. Oh, I should have cleared out this horde of leprechauns. Never mind. So, I guess since this is day 6, we can get back to this windmill on day 7, because we haven't taken it yet. And then we're pretty close to start this small resource route again. Small route, but it's going to produce a lot of resources. Resource silo here is wood and ore, so we won't bother with that, although we are lacking wood and ore quite severely. Let's just do it anyway. City Hall, we need the marketplace, so let's build that. We're not going to build our fort because of the wood and ore problem we've just mentioned. Okay, Helm of Chaos. Actually a really, really good artifact. The only reason that it's not really that useful to us is because we've literally just picked up a teapot hat. Throng of Marksmen. Where does this bring us out? Not far from our starting area actually, but potentially near that red portal we can see. Got another tree here though. Maybe the tree is the play. Lots of ghosties. Seems a bit extreme. Ah, right, yeah. Pandora's Box. And we've got a Maelstrom here as well. So tier 7 for the Cove Town. Still no wood and ore though. How much XP do we actually need to level? 20,000 still. Let's take out the ghosties. Great, they took the bait. Let's bless these, and they've already hit, so we can wait with both of these. We can go and skirmish with these. Yeah, let's go and take the retail with our trogs. And then finally take them out with these. Yeah, that's fine, we lost a load of trogs, but they're sort of the spam units, if you will. So we don't really care about them. Okay. So we've got a couple of options here. We can go south, which doesn't look like we can go that far, so we probably won't bother. We've got a portal and an underground passage. So let's clear out the portal for a start. Pick up the obelisk, and the Grail is above ground by the looks of it here. Which is really, really nice. It's very unlikely we're going to pick up the Grail either way, but still nice when it's overground, because at least we know we've got a vague possibility of it being picked up then. And Lorelei just wants to stay here because it's day 7. Come on, Gion, let's see how far we can get through here. Oh, we can at least pick up some more sulphur. Not sure that necessarily makes it worthwhile on its own, but we'll see. And where can Dace go? I guess Dace can just start moving towards this way. Let's go and pop him on this warehouse. Likewise Halon. Halon can just pop himself on this warehouse for next turn. So I think we're good to end the turn there. Month of the Hornet, okay. For some reason I had a real panicked feeling that it was going to be Month of the Plague. Which I know isn't a complete disaster, but it would be pretty bad for us right now. Huh. I didn't think about the fact that the Haspids would be able to move immediately. Nice, they all went and hit our trogs. That's exactly what we wanted to happen, so let's blind this stack and hit this stack. May not have actually needed to blind this stack by the looks of it, actually. But, yep, lost some more trogs, but that's fine. That's quite funny. Oh no, actually it's not. It's all air spells by the looks of it. I thought for a second that it was just giving me a tier 5 spell box. But no, it's all air spells, which is slightly different. Okay, where do we go from here? Let's take all of these out. Let's take out the creature bank. And we still have enough movement to go back home, so let's do that. We are in an area that has a warren, though. Let's view Earth. It looks like just above we might actually have a town or something. Although, I don't think there's enough room for a town. So it's probably just a portal. Is it worth us? Yeah, we're not that far from the pink portal. I think this is still worth it. So let's go back to Vex. Let's upgrade all of our dragons and pick up the others. So we've now got 19 dragons, which is pretty nice, actually. Let's see what else we can buy here. I guess Minotaur Kings is a good thing to buy. Might as well to a degree, right? And then Gunnar can do whatever he wants next turn. Okay, we've spent pretty much every penny we have, but we have just equipped Gunnar up pretty significantly. So his job next time is going to be to go all the way back to our newest town here, which is Hitchgrove. We'll run down the road. We'll also clear out this horde of leprechauns on the way past so that our other heroes can actually get through. And we'll probably clear out this horde of basilisks as well, as well as these leprechauns, just because they're all one diagonal movement point away from being able to be picked up from the road. Okay, so this is day 1 units. Let's pick these up. Start moving back round. Lorelei is just going to be picking up units from these for us. We don't have the gold, so let's just wait for next turn. Nice, we can actually get a reasonable distance through here. Let's check the Seer's Hut as well, you never know. Helm of the Alabaster Unicorn, I'm sure we've seen that somewhere. Might even have been in our biome. Let's also pick up these couple of bits of resources here. The windmill and the extra warehouse of wood, I suppose. Sorry, the extra warehouse of sulfur. And Damicon's just running back towards this gem. Gem warehouse, warehouse of gems, warehouse. Yeah, that thing. As you can tell, I'm speaking very well today. Okay, so that's going to be the blacksmith, and then that allows us to build our city hall here next turn. So yeah, we're building our income really, really nicely, 12,000 at this point. Alright, I'm not going to trade in more resources just to be able to pick up our external Medusas. That'd just be silly. And I didn't actually check my summoning portal. Ooh! Okay. So, first AI, and he was right next to us. Pretty much. Galere with a pretty weak army overall. Okay, it was harpies this week, that's fine. We don't need to pick those up. We'll take the last of our Medusa, Minotaur Kings even though, why not? And let's take a load more harpies. Probably shouldn't have just spent all my golds, bearing in mind I'm trying to pick up all the units from these, but never mind. Never know, maybe Gion will find a load of things for us. Or also maybe not. It's also a strong possibility. So, let's send... Double check he's got his army. Yeah, he has. Let's send him back to Hitchgrove. Really should have made it so that my Black Dragons were the only things I was carrying. That's kind of tedious. Okay. Let's take these basilisks and see what we've got in here. Wow! Crown of the Five Seas. It's a really, really good artifact. Got 2 pieces of the Elixir of Life here, which is great, and a Necklace of Swiftness too, which is actually a really, really strong artifact. Just realised I'm not actually wearing the best artifacts I could be on this hero too. Shaman's Puppet is going to be better than Anti-Magic. So we've now got -3 luck on our opponents. And I actually think +1 luck is more useful than the Cherrywood Bow. And for now, I think that +1 gems is actually more useful than the Ring of Oblivion, although Ring of Oblivion could be a very, very useful item later on in the game. We actually don't have a back slot artifact yet. So let's go and take these Coatls. I think that's fine for 21 Coatls. And Pendant of Second Sight is... It's got niche uses, but when you do have a chance to use it, or when you do have the opportunity to use it, I should say, it's a very, very, very strong artifact, actually. Okay, so Halon doesn't really have much to do at this stage, since his resource gathering has been taken over by somebody else. Damacon could be one of the heroes that we actually start building up. So maybe we start sending Damacon home again, actually. Lorelei's staying where she is. Sephiroth doesn't really have anything to do until we can pick up some more units, but it might be worth chaining. And we've got everything except gold that we need for our City Hall. I think we've already built our City Hall. We have indeed. So let's end the turn there, and we'll see what Pink ends up doing. I mean, that's kind of perfect for us, that all they really did was clear out a couple of bits and then stay where they are. So yeah, I think we just go straight for Galère. Okay, he's flared and we lost nothing. Seems pretty worthwhile to me. And then I guess Gunnar just wants to go back through this portal and see what we've got to the north here. I'm guessing it's going to be an underground passage or something like that, but we'll see. So Lorelei can now pick up the rest of these. I can pick up some more trogs as well. And she can pick up the dragon next turn and then probably get to like here maybe. Something like that. That's probably close enough. And Halon just wants to sit himself on this warehouse. Dace can bring himself forward. I'd quite like to bring Dace down this way and take him through the portal as well. Follow Gunnar. And Damacon can pick up some trogs on his way past too, since he's just on his way back to town. Geon. Let's see what else we can find with Geon. Oh, we can actually find some gold here. Interesting. We can explore quite a bit of this treasure area without having to break anything, which is nice. And we can also build our city hall in our newest town. Brilliant. I think the only other thing that we might want to do at some point is build the resource silo. But that said, we have got a fairly significant amount of sulfur now, so I'm not sure we'll even need to. Not sure why one of these had a fort and one of them didn't. For now, let's also build our wyvern nest. Why not? Never know when they might be useful. Okay, well, at least we've now seen our first AI player, which, to me, is... I think that's quite a big milestone. Ooh. Also got an orange two-way monolith here. Which brings us to right above where we just were with our... Is that our biome there? Yeah, it is. Okay, and it looks like a lot of this has been cleared out already. But there's a few bits of resources and some things to pick up here. Let's use View Earth. That's not a town, I don't think. I think that's a portal. And we already know that's a portal. And that is probably going to be an underground passage. Which, some of this stuff has been flagged by pink. If we look overground... Yeah. This is pink, this is pink. We've got starting town resources here. I'm pretty sure this is the way to go instead. So let's do that. We can always come and explore that other area later. Ender's Bag of Gold is an awesome artifact. Throng of Engineers. Maybe we won't take that yet. So, Lorelei. Let's go and grab ourselves one dragon. Sephiroth can take the army. Back up to the north. Even more resources that we can just pick up for free. This is really unusual for a treasure area that you can actually move most of the way through it without really having to take a single fight. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not complaining about that. But it is unusual for sure. Let's pick up these resources and scroll that the AI have left. We'll pick up this gold, and then we'll go back up here and pick up the warehouse of gold and these resources that we've left. Halon is basically just sitting there for the rest of the week, so that's fine. And Damacon's just dumping some units for us. Let's also build the nest so that we can start building some troops up in here. And likewise, let's build the Serpentfly Hive. Okay, no movement from the AI, which I think is fine. 600 movement for one day. It's probably not worth taking because we don't get anything out of the luck. Yeah, let's just take this town. I think that's perfectly acceptable. Of course, Gunnar now has no skill slots, unfortunately, otherwise we could have taken water magic at the Magic University. It's all good though, not necessarily needed. Let's view air. Ah, yeah. Basic view air, we can't really see anything at all. So we kind of just have to hope for the best. Huh, they haven't taken their warehouse of sulfur. That's really interesting. What we will do then is... Oh, Shakti. Yeah, what we will do is we're going to take Picadram. And he's going to get one sprite. And from there he's going to go and take this wood for us. And if I remember rightly from the view air, it was down here somewhere. Yeah, okay, it's right here, the ore pit. I think south is the way to go. And Gunnar unfortunately can't drop off any units. Let's pick up all these harpies, and likewise with these harpies. Okay, Lorelei. Actually, Lorelei I'm going to send back down to the south to go for these units. Or unit buildings, I should say, unit structures. Yeah, there's loads I can pick up here without taking a single fight. Really, really unusual. And it looks like I can actually get in here and take some gold as well. So, that's pretty nice. Okay, Dace can pick up a few more bits for us here. And the gold. Is this a free? Yes, it is. It's a free tree. That one's 2k gold. But could still be worth it. Let's see if we can get Dace up to Expert Estates. And Damacon. That's Expert Offense. That's fine. Let's take that. And let's also upgrade this Harpy. Put it up to 9 speed, which is a big deal. And I think Damacon is just going to wait here. I'm going to take these 8 additional Harpies from the summoning portal. And once Sephiroth gets back to town, we're going to have a load of Harpies for him to pick up there as well. So we'll do that. One thing I think they should have added in Hota is being able to scrap a dwelling that you've got. Although maybe you can actually do that. No, I don't think you can. I didn't think you could, but I just thought I should double check in case I'm being really stupid. And then somebody in the comments just says, "Oh, by the way, did you realise you can actually do this whenever you want?" And it certainly wouldn't be the first time that's happened, let's put it that way. Okay, so I think our other heroes are pretty much good where they are for now. Yeah. Let's just end the turn. Okay, so first things first, Picadram. You're joking, he can't get through here. Okay, so he's got to go all the way around this way. That's pretty lame. Okay, Dace is going to stay around here anyway because we've got the warehouse to pick up next turn, or next week even, so 2 turns away. Lorelei is just popping herself back down to the south. And Sephiroth is just passing over the whole army. And then also making our way back down to the south. So, let's see what we can upgrade here. I mean, should be everything, I guess. Yep. It was indeed. And we've got a few things we can take. Lots of Orc Chieftains, for example. That's a nice easy fight for us. And we can probably take the XP shop with this hero as well. I think those losses are just acceptable. And then we'll pick up Expert Estates. And Basic Earth Magic. And 2 Giants, even better. Okay. So, thing to do with Gunnar next is probably just going to be to send him off up this way. Could take out the engineers for that bag of gold, but I don't think it's necessarily worth it. I think in reality, we probably want to be sending ourselves back through the orange portal, And that'll bring us out over here. And we also want to have a look at the Thieves Guild. Okay, so that wasn't Pink's only town. They definitely do have another one as well. But nothing else really to move this turn. So I think we're okay to end it. Still not seeing much of the AI, which is, I wouldn't say concerning, but unusual. Got a Pandora's box they didn't even pick up there, which is weird. Again, I know I've commented on this before, but I feel like in one of the HOTA updates they stopped the AI from picking up all sorts of things, really. Okay, so that's kind of everything that Dace needs to do. Let's pop him back on the Warehouse of Gold for next week. Likewise with Halon. Damacon, we just want to be waiting here because we want to pick up the army with Damacon next turn so that we can go and clear out some of these more basic fights in our biome. We're probably actually going to take Damacon off through this way into the back of our biome and just take as many of these fights as possible so he can start building himself up a little bit. And Picadram, he could wait for the Warehouse of Sulphur there, but I don't think it's probably worth it. I think we're better off just moving down and picking up as many resources as we can with him. So, I think with that we're actually already good to end the turn. Okay, and still no more AI that we can see. If we view Earth, we can see that, yeah, there's an underground passage there, and we think we know where that goes actually. There's a red portal that we have no idea about, and there's something we can't see up here yet, but I'm pretty sure it's just going to be another portal, because there's not enough space for it to be anything else. But that said, I think we're going to end the episode there, so thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.